We have a crisis on our roads and highways. About 17 teenagers die each day in automobile crashes. That's more than 6,000 young lives lost each year. At the same time, we have a crisis in our classrooms. Too few of our graduates are proficient enough in science and math to become the creative scientists and engineers of tomorrow.
And here we have science majors at most prestigious universities not able to do anything with the information that presumably they learned very well. They got A's in courses. They were applauded for their superior learning. And yet, if you can't do something with it other than to repeat it, is it fair to call it learning?
Yet these two distinct problems have something important in common. They are both addressed by an innovative program that teaches high school science and math through the study of automobiles in motion and the reconstruction of actual motor vehicle crimes. It's called CRASH, the Science of Collisions. CRASH provides teachers with an array of activities that take advantage of teenagers' natural fascination with automobiles and driving. In the process of understanding the science, they gain a new awareness of their vulnerability behind the wheel of a car. CRASH is the brainchild of John Kwasniewski, noted expert in accident reconstruction and professor of forensic physics at Western New England College in Springfield, Massachusetts. Called upon to testify in vehicular homicide cases, Professor Kwasniewski helps the jury see how an accident really happened, using the laws of physics.
Kids want to solve mysteries. They watch television, they see trials, they want to know what the answer is. They want proof. And so what they're doing in a lot of these activities is they are developing the proof of what they think happened. And they're doing it by using physics and mathematics.
With funding from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Professor Kwasniewski adapted the elements of accident reconstruction for use in high school science classes. CRASH, the Science of Collisions, was pilot tested with impressive results.
The point of impact is represented by that dot. Now, the center of mass for an automobile is typically somewhere around the dashboard.
And they love it because they do want to drive the car. They do know people who have been in automobile accidents, unfortunately. So it personalizes the subject area a little bit more than if we're just talking about Newton's laws. They really get into it, and before they know it, the bell has rung, and they're, oh, are we going to get to do this tomorrow?
One thing I've definitely learned is that there's like no way someone can lie about what they did and get away with it, because they can bring in like the skid sled and measure how long the tracks are and everything, and just find out how fast you're going. It's amazing how like precise they can get.
And I think it's a perfect example of how students not particularly interested in physics or the laws of nature learned them for a purpose, got fascinated with it. It's almost like starting with a question, starting with a problem, and that's the essence of science itself.
I think this program is a tremendous opportunity for physical science and physics teachers to take practical examples in a student's everyday life and bring them into a classroom and out of a classroom and to employ critical thinking.
The student, I think, has the chance to understand that this collision only happened one way. Here is a problem. There is a consequence. In some cases, it's 25 years in prison is the consequence. Can I decipher this mystery? Can I find, by using mathematics and physics, what happened here? And can I support it? Because once you've found that conclusion, someone else wants to challenge it.
The CRASH program comes with a toolbox with a full array of useful teaching aids. Teachers can literally open the box and begin using the program with virtually no preparation time. The package also contains the CRASH Science of Collisions Teacher's Manual and other texts, as well as a complete set of infinitely reproducible student activities, instructional videos, animations, computer software, and all the equipment needed for the laboratory exercises. 4 different police accident files based on real auto crashes contain facts, witness statements, diagrams, and photos.
As a teacher, it was very easy to flip through the curriculum and pick out the activities that I wanted to use, and the lessons were laid out for me.
They are really activities that a teacher can plug into the existing curriculum, the existing lesson plan. So if a teacher is going to, for example, talk about friction, they have the option of talking about friction in the context of moving something around on another surface in the laboratory, or they have the context of let's go outside and see how much friction the road offers to a vehicle that's trying to stop.
I actually cast certain kids in the classroom as plaintiff counsel and defense counsel and give them a mini lesson on how to present a court case, as I am an attorney too, that kind of buttresses their ability to see a practical application of science in a career that is not necessarily scientific at all.
Schools that use CRASH, the science of collisions, benefit not only from increased student motivation in science learning, but from invaluable lessons about the deadly results of driving unbelted, driving too fast, or driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol.
Every community that deals with kids has a drug and alcohol problem. And if this is one way we can address it in the classroom rather sneakily, in a topic that every single physical science class covers and every physics class covers, I think that's an easy sell. We cover the science end of it anyways. Why not use a mechanism that every kid understands and is interested in to get the message across?
And I think it's more effective to learn about safety as an outcome of studying the science than it is to try to teach kids safety.
I'm more aware now because usually sometimes I'm careless, rather, you're just joking around with friends in the car, typical teenager. And now you realize that just by the slightest, like, whether you're like fixing the radio or something like that, like something can happen that can cause you to like lose your life. It's just incredible.
Even if you're not going that fast, an impact like that could seriously damage the car, which could hurt you or kill somebody. And the driver thought he had control of the car, but in reality he didn't, and it ended up taking his sister's life.
Teens are overrepresented in crashes caused by certain behaviors, such as driving too fast, not paying attention, overcorrecting, running off the road, reckless driving, passing with insufficient distance, or in a no-passing zone.
They really don't know the limitations of their vehicle. They think they can make sharp turns at 35 miles an hour. They think they can avoid things that are 25 feet in front of them because they've never had an experience that challenged them to prove it.
This invites, you see, using the student curiosity and pushing it, helping it, facilitating it. It just changes the realism of the classroom. It's for real.
I think that there's more things that I've learned this year in mathematics and in regular science that I've learned in many other classes that I've taken. It's more practical, and I'm understanding the math better because of it.
I think it's pretty cool that we can figure it out.
It's a wonderful piece of our physical science curriculum.
And everybody wins. For the teacher, it makes the student more motivated, and for the student, there is a residual learning experience here that could save their lives.
Find out what a difference CRASH, the science of collisions, can make in your school.